Now on CoastTV News.
More help for seniors, potential tax breaks and relief in the middle of an ongoing reassessment that's causing a lot of questions.
Making Ocean City more family-friendly, new rules that could be coming to the boardwalk.
Money rolling in the outcome of a new 3-year deal with police in Rehoboth Beach.
Compared to what we've dealt with last week, this week will stay warm and cozy until we get to the weekend. More on that coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Property values and taxes, plans and programs announced today. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Saketis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the ongoing property assessment and how Sussex County is trying to make it a little easier.
For those who aren't familiar, all 3 Delaware counties are undergoing a court-ordered property reassessment. It had been decades since it was last updated, so in some cases, assessed values are going way, way up. But in other cases, it's actually gone down. And here's the thing I really want you to follow me on. Per state code, the county shall not collect more than 15% in property taxes than the year prior. And new today, since the overall taxable assessed value is so much higher, that tax rate is actually going down substantially.
In other words, don't panic, because even if the value of your home is a whole lot higher than it was, you're not paying a whole lot more in county taxes. The county is actually committed to staying revenue neutral. At a presentation today, Finance Director Gina Jennings showed how the current county property tax rate is 44.5 cents per $100 of value. But in order to stay revenue neutral, i.e. so they don't charge you a lot more money, the proposed tax rate would shrink all the way down to 2.15 cents, all in the same amount of tax revenue is coming in, just at a lot lower tax rate.
And right now there's a property tax calculator where you can see what your estimated new tax will be. Now, it does depend on your school district and your new assessed value, which you can find, you see it right here on the county's website. I did it for myself actually, and even though my assessed value is a lot more than what I paid for it years ago, my county property tax is about $70 more a year. Now, another important thing to note here, we're only talking about county property taxes, not school taxes. And another smaller part of this is tax exemptions. Roughly 800 low-income seniors already have a break, and today Sussex County worked to keep that exemption in line with the changing property assessments. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Sussex County. And Emma, seniors you spoke with say the break will make a big difference.
Maddie, the county says it's updating its current and long-standing program. Bottom line here, even if seniors' property value goes up, they may still be eligible for a credit on their bill.
Carolyn Gilday is a senior living off of Social Security in Sussex County. She's grateful for tax relief.
Anything that can help seniors, especially people that don't have that cushion, don't have that income, they're maybe by themselves, a widow or a widower.
Gilday thinks the new update to existing tax exemptions is a good thing. Low-income seniors get up to $12,500 off their taxable assessment. With new assessed values, the county says that number would go up to $229,000, but income restrictions will stay the same.
Seniors applying for the exemption can't make more than $6,000 per year or $7,500 if they're married.
Those numbers do not include Social Security or other retirement benefits. Marjorie Sullivan thinks seniors need this break.
They came here to settle down, and for the few years they have, no matter if it's a week or 20 years yet in their lifetime, they shouldn't be worried about taxes.
Seniors in Sussex County feeling a little bit of relief.
This is a complicated story. There are other tax programs such as a disability veterans tax credit. We have links to all of this on our website on coasttv.com. Live in Sussex County, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
So what sparked all of this? A 2018 lawsuit claimed the current property tax system shortchanged Delaware students and schools, essentially critically underfunding them, the lawsuit said. The lawsuit was settled, clearing the way for a full reassessment of all properties mid-2024. Now, all these new values, they're being sent out there is an appeals process for those who feel their reassessment is just inaccurate.
And what does all this mean for Sussex County property owners? In a nutshell, the county tax rate is going to go down. So even if your property value is quadrupled, don't expect to pay quadruple in taxes. Per state law, county tax increases limited to that 15% the year after reassessment. Schools are capped at 10%. After that, a different story though. But again, the county says it committed at the beginning to be revenue neutral, so it's not planning a big hike.
It's complicated. We know. We feel it. We're with you. We have a lot of resources on this right now, actually at CoastTV.com.
The Ocean City Council is discussing fines for explicit merchandise along the boardwalk. If approved, these new fines would only be handed out to stores that have that explicit type of merchandise out for people to see when they're walking by. Live in Ocean City is Coast TV news reporter Kevin Zappe. The council says the goal is to protect minors, but some say the fines might be too strict.
Charlie, if this proposal is approved, that first fine for business owners along the Ocean City Boardwalk would be $500. That second fine would then be $1,000, and that third final fine would be a possibility of revoking their business license. Now, we talked to a couple of people along the boardwalk who told Coast TV that while they do agree with this proposal, they also believe that first fine is a little too high.
A warning first, and in case you have an employee working here like we do seasonally and they put it out front, give the owner a chance to get that straightened out.
Now, this proposal was discussed during today's work session, so we'll have to wait and see where it goes from there. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
And this brings us into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what concerns you most about those explicit merchandise kind of items.
Let's take a look at the results so far. Take a look at your screen. You can say 55% say the impact on kids, 13% say business rights, and 32% say tourism image.
I'm interested to see if this changes throughout the day. You can go vote on CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
A 3-year deal with Rehoboth Beach Police's union and city commissioners, that's been signed. The deal includes a base salary increase from $64,000 to $78,000, along with 100% health care coverage. Their dependents get 80%, and one woman says it's so well deserved.
I think it's perfect because they're putting their life on the line every day for us, and they do deserve 100% coverage, as well as their families.
Now, the agreement goes into effect April 1st.
Now let's go ahead and take a live look outside into the Lewis area. It has been a gorgeous day, and we need to check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, a little more popular when there's no snow coming.
Charlie, I'm the man of the hour, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I could, on a sunny day, I could run for, mayor of my block only. And it might be a split vote. Okay, let's take a look right now. Our DryTech crawl space camera in Ocean City, we're holding at 44 degrees. The gorgeousness will continue going into the next day. But for tonight, we will stay clear with temperatures staying in the mid-40s. I mean, we were really warm. Think about this. We got up to 67 degrees. Now, that's 17 above the norm for this time of the year, but still falling about 10 degrees shy of the record, which is actually set in 2017. Now, coming up, we're going to see if this gorgeousness can go until we get to the weekend, because that's when reality might just kind of give us a full stop, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. In Seaford, a homeless day center wants to extend their hours overnight, but some parents and teachers from a nearby school are concerned about the shelter's proximity. The shelter's owner says the overnight visitors would be monitored. She also says sex offenders are not allowed to stay at the site, but Cross Christian Academy CEO says they've had issues with the homeless day center previously occupying the lot. Let's hear from both of them.
Bring people in at night, have them sleep, do their laundry, take showers, and then they would go over to a day center during the day. So we wouldn't even be open during the day.
Why does it need to be there? That's the question. If you have to have the redemption center, we don't have to have it in the backyard of the school.
While the shelter request has been approved, Seaford's mayor says school leaders are able to challenge it, and school leaders say they plan to do so in the coming weeks.
New at the Delaware State University, the school has integrated an AI-based gun detection technology. The software integrates with existing security cameras to identify potential threats, and it sends them to a 24/7 operations center. Now, this AI tech, did you know this? It's been recognized by the federal government as an effective anti-terrorism tool.
A seal rescued off the coast of Dewey Beach is now back home. MER transported Montebello to the National Aquarium Stranding Response Center in Ocean City to be treated for dehydration, seal lice, and eye discharge. After some TLC, the team in OC outfitted him with a satellite transmitter to help track his movements and support his safe return to the wild. We hope Montebello gets where he needs to go.
Boat ramp closure upgrades headed to the Ingram's boat ramp in Millsboro.
And temps are about to soar into the 60s once again. Your warming up weather forecast is coming up.
First, federal workers' livelihoods hanging in the balance. The second chance workers have to justify their jobs. That's up next.
St. Dennis wows with a free show.
That's enough smoke.
Today our actions matter. Showtime.
Here's a list of accents and what I think they mean about each country.
Nope.
St. Dennis Medical, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Everyone here knows and agrees that I'm the biggest threat.
Parvati is a human tornado.
You know I got your back.
We have all been bamboozled.
Heavy is the head.
I do look good in a crown, though.
Dang.
Oh.
Deal or No Deal Island, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
So let them know. It's time to put on a show. Let them know. Now step aside, 'cause it's time for greatness. It's time to put on a show. Let them know. Now step aside, 'cause it's time for greatness.
Get more with DSN Plus. Subscribe today.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Are you ready?
Tuesday at 7 on CoastTV.
The excitement returns.
The Jeopardy Invitational Tournament.
Players from the past are back.
Fantastic game.
Only one will emerge champion.
Who knows what's next?
Tuesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Lawmakers are hearing directly from former federal employees today on Capitol Hill as hundreds bombarded offices trying to get answers instead of getting pushed out.
After hearing from voters back home, NBC's Aaron Gilchrist shows us how some Republican members of Congress are changing their tone.
Everybody move, please.
Hundreds of fired federal workers taking their anger and questions to Capitol Hill, crowding into and overwhelming lawmakers' offices, demanding answers.
I think it's really cruel to fire people for poor performance when they've only had great feedback.
To why they were seemingly randomly fired by billionaire Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency.
I felt really proud being an American working at USAID. I really felt that we were providing support and care to humanity around the world because it's the right thing to do. And that made me feel proud no matter who was president.
Republicans who've felt the anger from constituents back home, like Congressman Rich McCormick, softening their tone.
I'm all for trimming the government. I'm all for also doing it in a deliberate manner that allows people to adjust in their lifestyles.
McCormick, just one GOP lawmaker, expected to meet with the president today to discuss the firings and the cuts to come. Meanwhile, federal employees who still have jobs may get a second email asking them to explain their work. Musk posting on social media that failure to respond again will mean termination, contradicting what the government said yesterday that responding was voluntary. The White House saying today President Trump supports his secretary's directions.
So again, the agency heads will determine the best practices for their employees at their specific agencies.
Everyone goes through a review process all the time, every single year.
you just don't do it in this kind of way and just make it easy for China to collect data on the American people.
Still, for some, more questions than answers.
I have cried every day. I have a 15-month-old at home, and I'm looking at him and thinking, well, what's this country that we're now living in?
As the president pushes forward with his vision to reshape the federal government. At the White House, Aaron Gilchrist, NBC News.
Another piece of President Trump's agenda is facing a key vote as Republicans seek to adopt a budget. It is the first test of the Republican governing majority, and already some GOP members may be withholding support until they get more information on planned spending cuts. They want assurances that those cuts will not impact social safety net programs.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. We're going to clock some 60s one more time. Stay there for us on Thursday. Then we start to drop off. Does that mean we're going back to the cellar with these temps? I'll give you your forecast details coming up.
Secondhand smoke lingers for hours. And it's killed almost 3 million people since 1964. When you smoke in the house, everyone in the house smokes. So, take it outside. Visit takeitoutside.de.org.
Growing up is hard to do. Pressures surrounding teenagers often lead to risky behaviors, drug and alcohol use, and even mental illness. It's vitally important to teach them how to recognize their own triggers. Teen Intervene is an evidence-based program proven to reduce risky alcohol and drug use in kids aged 12 to 19 through confidential therapy sessions. Community Behavioral Health is here to help with virtual, in-person, or in-school sessions. Free to Worcester County teens. Open the door for a conversation with your child. Call Community Behavioral Health.
Rise, 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 and thrive. No pizza. Just one kiss.
With Reynolds Wrap, cooking becomes so easy, you can feel like the chef of your kitchen. Easy prep, easy cook, easy clean. Reynolds Wrap.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico. Is there really gold at Fort Knox? Even President Trump has questions.
We want to see if the gold is still there.
Gold mystery at Fort Knox, the most secure vault on the planet. Next in Sun Edition.
Today at 5:30 on Coast TV.
We could practice our skills anywhere, but here is where we've chosen to be. It's here that we find new ways to create hope, give second chances, save lives. One day your heart will need us, and on that day, we'll be ready, without missing a beat. The Heart and Vascular Institute at Bay Health. Our commitment runs deep.
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
Today we enjoyed quite a treat as temperatures skyrocketed about 17 degrees above the norm for this time of the year. Not quite setting a record high, but we're about 10 degrees away from that. But you know what? It felt mighty fine regardless. Our Tyndall casual furniture camera in Laurel holding 61 degrees as we speak. Will fall into the 50s. Now, by the way, 50 degrees even, that's our normal high or high temperature for this time of the year. We are looking very clear at this point. They had a couple of random sprinkles, tried its best to, dance across the Delmarva Peninsula, but ran into a layer of dry air that just simply didn't allow for it to bother us. We have a trough that's to our west, and so that's going to help bring in the increase of moisture by the time we get to, say, Thursday, and we'll have a kicked-in chance of scattered showers by then. We'll go over that in just a moment. We're at 59 degrees currently, Indian River Inlet, but we're still in the 60s in places like Delmar, Georgetown, Redden, as well as Seaford. Seaford right now at 62 degrees. And we are 11 degrees above the norm for this time of the year right now. 11 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. For this time of the year, we're still 17 degrees above that. But for the next 12 hours, listen, we're going to slowly fall back into the 40s with mostly clear skies throughout this time frame here. And we're looking really quiet. Abundant sunshine with the wind shifting out of the northwest, 60s to 50s, right? We're looking for 59, for example, in Cambridge and Vienna, and we're anticipating a high of 59 degrees in Snow Hill, 54 for us, actually, Ocean City. Our precipitation chances go up to at least 24% on Thursday, and that's dwindling from it being in the 40s earlier today. By Thursday, we're looking at temperatures start in the 50s in the morning time, 60s by the afternoon. We're looking at a decent slice of a brief, quick shower sliding through in the afternoon, evening hours, and then it kind of dissipates. Even for the most southern portions of our viewing area, we are in the 60s by 4:30, and then by, let's say, 7:30, we'll see the rain pull through quickly, and then it's out of the way. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast. Listen, we're riding high with these temperatures till we get to Sunday and Monday, and we have to reintroduce that three-letter word again. It's not snow this time. It's cold.
I got you, Paul. Thank you. To Millsboro, the Ingram's Pond boat ramp is closed. Denrec says crews are building a brand new ramp and expanding parking. Now, it should all be done, though, in May.
And coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, right now there is live coverage of the Bayside Conference Girls Basketball Championship game when Y-High takes on Queen Anne's. Then at 7, it's the Boys Championship between Decatur and Cambridge South Dorchester, followed by the final score at 10:30.
Coming up, another plane emergency at an airport. What led to this cabin filling with smoke? Next on Coast TV News at 5.
At Patio Systems, integrity is the pillar of our craft, creating outdoor havens that stand the test of time. Expand your outdoor season with the shore's best selection of screens and glass enclosures, pergolas, retractable awnings, and a wide selection of modern decking and railing systems. Visit our new showroom located on Coastal Highway and experience our products firsthand, or schedule a free consultation with our friendly staff. Be on the lookout for our sales now through March 1st at Patio Systems, locally owned and operated since 2001.
Sponsored by Patio Systems, where integrity is the pillar of our craft.
Make your home cozier than ever during Johnny Janosik's Winter Home Sale. Get $100 off every $9.99 you spend, plus up to 18 months no-interest financing. Shop the Winter Home Sale, going on now only at Johnny Janosic.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
At Lakeshore Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Seaford, our goal is to make sure that our employees are happy, which then leads to happy customers. By doing this every day, we are better able to offer our customers a great buying and service experience. Our customers get all this at the lowest prices in Sussex County. At Lakeshore Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Seaford, we are different and we prove it every day, one customer at a time. Call us at 302-990-3099 or shop us online at lakeshorecdjr.com.
Johnny Janosic World of Outdoor Furniture has Delaware's largest selection of outdoor furniture and sunbrella fabrics, plus everyday low prices and immediate delivery at all Johnny Janosic furniture and mattresses.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is, your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently, so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us.
Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
Take a look at this. A Delta Airlines flight headed to South Carolina had to return to Atlanta's airport due to some sort of malfunction. The FAA says the plane filled with a haze shortly after Monday's takeoff. The good news, the 94 passengers, flight attendants, and pilots on board were not hurt.
New tonight, the Federal Aviation Administration has agreed to use SpaceX's Starlink internet to upgrade information technology networks. Starlink Internet provides service for government and private customers around the world. The contract comes while SpaceX CEO Elon Musk is, as you saw, leading efforts to make deep cuts in federal government spending, including staffing at the FAA. Details of this SpaceX contract were not revealed, but it does raise questions about conflicts of interest, as Musk has numerous business interests that are overseen by federal agencies.
Last week, the IRS was expected to start layoffs of more than 6,000 employees as part of the Trump administration's broader cuts to the federal workforce, all during the agency's busiest time of year, tax season. A tax expert says amid leaner IRS staffing, taxpayers should try to limit the need for person-to-person contact at the agency.
What it means is if there's any possibility to electronically file your return, do so. Whether you're using a tax professional or you're filing or you're on your own, or you use the direct file system, which is relatively new at the IRS, try to submit your return electronically.
O'Sabin adds that careful preparation can also minimize omissions and errors that could take longer to correct. And no matter the headlines, he says, to complete that return.
We're taking a live look outside into Ocean City. I love seeing it light this late in the evening. All right, this week's forecast coming up after the break.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
Sometimes when you buy a new home, your kitchen doesn't reflect your modern sensibilities. Our team at Kitchen Concepts Plus can help you get the kitchen of your dreams. In over 20 years of business, we've built thousands of kitchens that help our clients elevate their homes to a modern, welcoming atmosphere that reflect their personalities. Talk to one of our experts to make your dream kitchen come to life.
To learn more about Kitchen Concepts Plus, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Every story that we do, number one, it affects us as well because we live here and this is our community as well. A lot of times in the media in general, there are stories that are put out that maybe are not the most popular. Maybe people don't want us to do certain stories, or maybe people question why are we doing those stories. But I just want our viewers to realize that there is a motivation for every story that we do. Our longtime owner, Mr. Thomas Draper, had a saying that we have a moral obligation to serve the people of Delmarva. And that saying really still rings true to this day in how we make our news coverage decisions. It doesn't necessarily mean the stories that we cover will be the most popular. Some people don't want light to be shed on those stories, but I hope viewers can understand there is a motivation for everything that we do, because at our core is the belief that we have that moral obligation to serve them, to give them news that is important to their communities, that could help them on their day-to-day activities. That is something that we always live with, and we have that through line through all of our work. And I just hope people can understand that is really what motivates us to get through every single story we do.
Coast TV, our community, your news.
Each Friday, please join us for a weekly dose of local good news. We have personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more in our Feel Good Friday newsletter. Please sign up now and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Fridays.
And that comes in handy, guys, in case you're trying to plan something and you can't think of anything to do with the spouse. I'm just saying. All right, so a Tuttle Razor camera in Lewis at 62 will drop down to 46 by 9 o'clock. It's going to drop dramatically. Umbrella winner Tamika Taylor of Salisbury, congratulations. By the way, keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line at 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Listen, we're riding high, temperature-wise, I'm saying, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But by the time we get to Sunday and Monday, we're back to being cold again, but we'll bounce back up next Tuesday.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.